to Timberborn, and last time we got the dirt excavator in, we started to excavate dirt, and so that we can start thinking about two projects. The first one is dealing with the bad water, and the second one is reclaiming some land to expand the land. And I have been thinking about this the wrong way, I think. We are playing update 7. That allows us to do things differently if we want. So the suggestion that we were looking at was, and I might as well unlock the dirt block, we have plenty of science, was what we were thinking about doing was essentially blocking off areas, something akin to something like this, not necessarily this, to create, and we would have had to allow water through, to extend the land area. What we're not thinking about, and when I say we, I mean me and you and us, is we have 3D terrain. So what I could be doing, and again, I might as well unlock this, is I'm actually thinking about doing it at this level because it sort of makes sense, is putting in, we might as well go for the 6x overhang, putting in something like this, raising the terrain level up. So we could do something like this. We could keep the water flowing underneath it, and we could expand the terrain as much as we wanted. And then at that point, I think it's probably worth putting in dam pieces around here to raise the water level a little bit. And so that's what I'm thinking we should be looking at doing as one of the projects, or as the way of expanding the amount of terrain that we have. Before we get to that, I think we need to be looking at dealing with the bad water problem that we have, because we have many water sources, and the way that I want to tackle that is with a number of diversions. So which is what we're going to start working on today, and that is a two-phase approach as well. There are often two parts to the way that I do things. If you're a long-term supporter, you will remember that. So what we're going to do, that was my bag falling over, is we have this area over here where we are pumping bad water. We will start pumping it again. We were pumping bad water out of here. While this was a little bit contaminated, we'll keep this guy going, but we will actually resume over here. So we have a dynamite factory here, but we're having to ship in the bad water. So to up the effectiveness, now that we have some power generation over here, and we can always increase that, what I want to do is instantly break that power grid. So we're going to come in here. We are going to actually just temporarily put that there to encourage the rubble to come forwards. That didn't work at all, did it? And now I can move it around with lots of stuff. I don't want to. It's a single log. Doesn't really matter. We are going to get that done. And then we are going to put a... Can I get... Now that I have terrain, I can. With the power of technology, we can do that. And I'm going to swap the entrance so that they're next to each other. we are going to start accumulating injuries, so we need to think about bots very soon. But I'm going to throw 2 dynamite factories there. We are then also going to swap that for a 4-way. Who doesn't like a 4-way? Who misses? That's going to be a high priority, so let's unpause the game. We actually have a heck of a lot of vacancies, which is not right. Smart power is doing its thing over here because we are not generating enough power. Oh, no, we're not connected to power because I've just broken the power connection, haven't I? Yeah, that's why there's not enough power. Duh. Bit of a derp moment there. So we'll get those picked up, and then we also want to start making extract. So we will tuck one of those there. Yes, please. That, because we've got a big bad water tank there. Big bad water. So we will want let's put a couple of tanks there for extract. Extract, and I want to put storage. This might seem excessive, but we're going to put in a large warehouse for explosives. Basically, I want to start stockpiling the materials to blow stuff up. So we're going to get that going. We really need a lot more beaver. So we started the process of expanding the beaver colony over here, and we can continue that. So we'll come across here. We'll do that, and then no, this is not going to annoy some of you, isn't it, if I don't do it? Yeah, so those need to be doubles, those singles, 3 by pad, isn't it? We want the initial one. We will want to build a lot more, so in fact we'll do that. So let's come out to there. Hopefully we can fit housing under that. I'm questioning that, but might have to move. No, that fits. Awesome. We might struggle to get a roof on those. We can at least get the housing in. No, the bad side approaching. We really need... We don't actually have roofs on any of those. Okay. I thought I was mistaking that for a roof. Yes, I'm a noob. We could come that way and speed that, make that route a bit more direct. I don't know if we have any spare connections. I mean, we don't necessarily need these, so we could get rid of that because they can just as easily go around that way. We could then give that, make that a connection. Not really happy with our amount of water yet, but I guess because that's somewhat contaminated. That is a downside of the way we've set this up, but hopefully it's not a long bad tide. Otherwise we might be a tad screwed. We're about half full water stores. Okay. Yeah, and then if we did something out here, eventually we could make that a bit neater. That's a bit more direct, because at the moment now I can go there and then across there. It would be better if they could come that way. So, yeah, we'll try and tidy that up. But what we want to do is prioritize the building of those houses, because that's going to give us another 18 beavers, which will help with our shortfall. Yeah. And 2.2 days left. All of these we are going to go through and make sure that they actually have beavers working in them, that they are prioritized by haulers. So productivity is quite low. I wonder if that's just because they're far from the district centre because of the way that I did that pathing. So let's actually see if we can improve that quickly. Which wouldn't be massively difficult, I don't think. I think if we came about there. Yeah. What I'm going to do is this. And then get rid of that one. And while we're paused, let's just delete that and check that yep, it can connect to that. Awesome. So let's just re-establish that connection, and hopefully the flying beavers will stay on there. And then we need to throw in another staircase, not like that. Like that. Easily distracted by a shiny gold like that. Delete that one. So let's high priority, high priority, high priority. That's not quite so high priority. Yep. Right, let's get that all going. Because that's relatively clean water. We've got wood, we've got plankton. I've got lots of wood though. It's a little bit annoying. There is more wood over here we could come clear out. So that's a thing. Actually, we do have access to some of that, but we will improve that at some point. It's interesting that some of the beavers are still coming up this way. Let's engage that pump as well. Is that? Ooh, that's interesting. So this never cleared out. So we are going to have to manually open that, even though it's a sluice gate. I guess because the water source is there, it doesn't actually flow through. Maybe we could open that up so that there is a route for it to flow, to automate that. Because we've not refilled that. That would be a good thing. In fact, so I don't forget, well, I might forget, but what we're going to do is just put in, because I think if I do this and maybe demolish. Actually, let's cancel that one. Let's mark that one for demolition. And move the path over one. And we're going to need to do something about that, but we can sort that at some other point. Let's also just continue deleting those. But if we do that, then when the bad tide goes away, at least water will flow through there. Yeah, that might help. That might help. Yeah, we've at least now got water going into here. And yeah, we can at least get some water pumping, which would be good. The other thing we really need to build is an observatory. We have an unwell beaver. Interesting. I wonder if that was when they went down in here. Oh well, I don't think we have any dandelions planted to be able to make antidote. So, unfortunately, young beaver, you are done for. So we're going to get this stuff built, which they are not too far from, and we can add this connection now. And here we are just a few planks away from getting that built. That's growing. I'm wondering if we should add in the watering solution, which a bunch of you guessed correctly is yes, to just cut a little channel across here and add a sluice gate. Oh, we're 0.1 days from the bad tide. Please get this built super quick. They are very close. They are very close. We are going to keep an eye on things here. Oh, one. We need to close that. That is closed. So we're up to 4,700, which is not awesome. It's not. Oh, crap. Pause. It's all going wrong. All going wrong. So out of practice. So out of practice. Back to auto, which means that will close. Over here, we need to close this because this one needs to be done manually. Right. One. Right, come on. Get this done. Beavers, please. Please, please, please. Need 3 more planks. Won't be going over there. Nope. Nope. Just need someone to come build it. I am going to risk it. Am I going to risk it? Nope. Pause. Delete. And delete. And hopefully they will somehow find their way out. I don't think they will. If they do, they're going to end up swimming through some soup. So we screwed that up. I know. Yep, they're going through there. So we have some more unwell beavers coming. So we better actually think about making some antidote. Okay, let's rip out those as a priority. we are going to have a bunch more unwell beavers. Let's delete that because they seem intent on going down there still. Let's just pause a sec. Are you unwell? Yep. So we have a problem, folks, because we're short of beavers and we have now contaminated a load more. Well, you say we have. I created a problem. Yes, I know. I created an unnecessary problem. But hey, it seems to be the way these things go. So we do need to also continue adding our contamination barriers because I seem to have forgotten about that. We need to turn these on. We need to close those. It's a 12-day Badtide. We will leave this guy running, because that will at least get us some water. If we need to, we could put another one in. Right, let's plan for that. Plan for failure, because that seems to be what we're trying for today. So let's put that there. Right, those have been ripped out. So plants, trees, dandelions, because we have a small amount of berries. Do we have berries growing anywhere left that we are picking? I don't think we do, so probably we also want to rip out a bit more of these, and we will plant a small amount of blueberries. Let's get some prioritization going on those. Hoping that's far enough back that the bad water won't infect it until we actually do something about that. Plant blueberries. But yeah, given my somewhat apparently lackadaisical nature, we probably should make some antidote. Alright, they're going in. That's being made. Awesome. It would probably be sensible. Be even better. I haven't checked actually if simple triggers has been updated, but I'm guessing these are now not being useful. But if we put in a stream gauge, we'll be able to tell. So let's do that. I could just watch and see, and no, they are not generating anymore. And they are slowly. What's the contamination? There's 98% contaminated. I'm going to pause those. Free up the resources because we are desperately short of resources. As we contaminate our beavers. This one is now, it's only 3% contaminated. You could be paused. Got 700 bad water still, so I'm going to leave those unpaused for now. As we work on stockpiling explosives. Hopefully we can get some houses built. And so what I would like to do what I would like to do, and it's going to be a bit of a faff for this one. But we might leave that one for another day, but we have a bad water source here. So I want to get to it. Oh, we were going to, look at, oh, I took out the planting thingy, didn't I? Forester, I think is the word you're looking for there, buddy. Yep, forester is the word you're looking for. So if we put a forester in there, we could plant a bunch of chestnuts. But what we're also going to do is... Is there anything under? I always wonder with blockages if there's anything under them. Mainly because I've been playing on another map whose name I have forgotten because I am awful like that. I've been playing another map which is very multi-dimensional, and every, you know, if you peel back I know I could put a bridge in, it's fine. Don't panic, folks. I just want to use platforms. Whenever you peel back a blockage, you end up finding like more stuff. It's pretty crazy. It's not worth cutting those down. We are going to delete those and those just because. We're also going to delete those and those. But yeah, as part of this process of basically building a raised land area, I want to build sewage outflows. And we're going to start here. So once we get to it. First, we need to build all of this stuff. So, which I assume they will work on, particularly if we actually tell them to build stuff. I guess we need to prioritize that, because otherwise they're probably working on this stuff all the way over here. Which, to be fair, they've actually got built, so... This is staying at an okay level with the towards dumps. Most of the cattail roots have died again because we didn't put in the contamination barriers, but the spatterdock is getting close. Did I build a grill for it? There's a good question. Grill, I did. Because we might have got a small amount before, so cool. Well, that didn't work, did it? So that is something that we need to resolve. And I think before we were looking at putting contamination barriers in there, but we are not long from getting a small amount of dandelions. So we're going to delete one of those. Well-being, herbalist, and I'm just going to throw that there. Just double checking I hadn't. I think I just unlocked it. So no, I haven't already put one of those, and we are going to prioritize that, as I am expecting we will have many more of those shortly. And we may as well put a small tank there for antidote as well, and we will prioritize that. And I'll just pause that until we get these grown in, but we do need to do something about actually growing some a decent stock of dandelions and blueberries for the future. Right, so we should be working on stockpiling explosives and extract now, which we are. We just need to build this guy, so let's enable that, because it looks like we're full on explosives. Storage, our spatter dock is in, which is great. And then once that's in, we will bring a path around here and around here. I'm going to delete these, get them out of the way. I don't know if there's any level below that, or is that terrain? That's terrain. Awesome. And what we're going to do is something quite simple. I'm going to put a terrain block there. Should do out to about there, I think. And I just use platforms for this stuff because it's easier. We're going to want to use that and probably that. That'll flow through there. We'll use that and that. And then those all the way out to there. That to there. Yeah, that'll be okay. We'll have a sluice gate. Actually, we'll put the sluice gate further back so that I can plan it all. Sluice gate there. Platform there. Dynamite there. We'll have a sluice gate there and there. Do I use terrain? And probably we actually want a few sluice gates going that way, a few going that way, so that water can flow both ways. Trust me, I'm an engineer. We might actually wait and watch the dynamics. Yeah. As to which way the fluid flows. The other thing we're going to do is we're just going to jump into developer mode. That allows me to remember to toggle sky fog. And also we're just going to see how strong that source is. So that's a 3, so it's quite a strong source. So we might need to make that a bit bigger, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. So let's put in our gatherer flag. And then we can get this going. We've got paper. We've got berries. We'll get dandelions. So that'll get that sorted. We've got... Pause you for a moment. That built, so that means those should be being built. Cool. We are a little low on planks. Is the plank construction unpaused correctly? Yes, it has. Awesome. Oh, we need to unpause the bad water pumping now. We'll get that going. That's staying up okay. We have got a few cattail roots, but not a huge amount. We do want to put some water in there. Oh, let's check on our other farm. This is fine because I left it running, but that seems to all be set at a decent level. Happy with that. So we really just need to get some of this building work done and get through the Badtide, really. Yeah. How much dirt have we got stored now? Is that full? It is, so that should be stopping. I guess that's what that's done. I'm just going to pause that because we don't need that yet. Because we need to get this stuff built. A little bit of bad water sitting in the end there. Just, I guess, where this is let some of that through. It's fine. That'll dry up. Probably worth us getting that built, actually, because then we can pump some of this water out. Yeah, this is done. Awesome. Just going to prioritize clearing this up, because that's probably sensible. But then that might allow us to have this flow and be automated, which would be nice. Yeah, and the water level's not dropped too much, but then let's do that one. So we've got some antidote now coming through, which is great. We're guessing all of the berries have gone straight into here. Yeah. Hopefully that'll help treat that contaminated beaver. Get that cleared up. We are pretty low on logs as well, so we might need to... Alright, let's detonate that, and that. So yeah, that now flows, which means hopefully that will clean out and be able to be automated. Speaking of bridges, I'm just going to slow that down a moment. Actually, I'm just going to pause it a sec. I just want to think about how I want to get across to there. Let's go with a 2x bridge, because that will allow us to get in here, get some of this wood again. I think we're a little bit limited on what we can get to. That can be opened up. We'll need to wait for that other stuff to do its thing, but we can now see if this automates. It looks like it should. Once this cleans itself out. But it looks like it should. Which will be really good. So super happy with that. That's set at an okay level. Yeah, we just need to remember to open those up. These once they're clean. They are struggling to get some of this stuff built. I don't know if it's a resource limitation or a beaver limitation. So that's been built. That's been built. Ah, I know what it'll be. I know what it'll be. It'll be because they can't get to those back platforms. Be able to build the house. So let's do that, and that will unlock that. And if you were happily pointing that out, then well done. Yeah, so we've got water source there. I think we've got one. Just so many water sources that we need to deal with. We can only tackle them one at a time. That's clean, so we can open that up. We can open that up, which means we can pause those. And that should start to clear through. That's open. That goes to auto. That one's on auto, and that should send water through that way. Actually, from what I remember, we want to have that one open probably so that we get some cleaner water here. I should have probably built those in a better place, but you know, it is what it is until we start to get other things done in terms of managing that. That's worked, which is great. So I am going to leave those running. That could probably be set to 0.9. Interesting. Oh, it's starting to. Oh, it's flying through there now. That's okay. Cool. Well-being wise, so we've got those now. We've got no rooftop terrae being accessed. So I haven't built any yet. Actually, I deleted them, didn't I? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'll take that. A little bit of antidote is happening. That's nearly done. And if I watch this now, the water flows that way. Now, water flows both ways out of there, but not particularly fast in either direction. So I think my thought is that we maybe won't do that. We will make it a pipe that is too wide, not too wide, but too wide. You might think it's too wide, but that's fine. That'll give us plenty for getting the bad water out. And then on either side, we'll maybe put a few going either way so that water can still clean water can still freely flow both ways. Yeah. Oh, this is a bad idea. Why have I done that? I'm thick. Oh well. More unwell beavers. So for context, today has been a really stressful day. And it's maybe why I'm making all these silly mistakes. So Mrs. D has had a really bad day health-wise. And yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done this, but you know, this is how I relax. So you don't need to point out all these mistakes. You can let them slide. You probably won't, but you could. And, you know, it's not the end of the world, is it? Just a beaver game. Just a beaver game, folks. I think what we want to do, maybe, is start to... If clean water is flowing that way. I'm going to start the clean water out that way. So I think this stays clean from what I remember. Actually, if we do it out here, and we put sluices there, that means bad water won't get into there, but clean water can flow out still. So let's put a path across there. We will then erase those. Just trying to watch the flow direction in here. So this is now finally clean, which is good. The water's going up. So this is actually proving to be really useful because of needing to pump it for more than we thought we might. Another Badtide approaching. We really need to get working on this bad water diver. We also need to really up our bad water pumping capacity. So what we can actually do is just move that path by deleting this stuff. Yeah, only just keeping up, but we've now got three. Yeah, we've got a good supply of that. So we need a decent length drought, really. No, you need to do the deleting of things, beavers. Not the building of things first. Pine resin full. Pine resin is full. You need more storage for pine resin, don't you? Oh, you're in, so let's do chestnut trees. Chestnut tree, oh, chestnut tree. I did say it's been a really long, stressful day, didn't I? Then they can plant all of that bottom layer. Don't want you. And this is not going to be the solution to lots of chestnuts, but it's going to give us some. And some is better than none. And, you know, it's like incremental improvements. And I think that's a good thing. It's the same as currently we're bringing the scrap metal a really long way, which is not great. We do need to work on that, I know. But as incremental improvements, things will continue to get better. So we need to put terrain there. I know I just removed blockages from there, but we're going to put terrain in there instead. And we're also going to put terrain around there, and we can put it around there, and it will look much more natural. Apart from that, I'm going to put impermeable floors on top of it. Ignore that bit. Okay? They're going in. It's cool. That's happening. A bit of me is wondering. No, I think we've got to wait for a drought. Oh, and I didn't finish building that. Tower for the zip lines either. Right. Pause. Close. That should be the only one we need to do anything with this time. Because this one is on automatic. I know the bad water is incredibly low, but it all takes time, folks. No, I know what we forgot to do. Pause. Close. And unpause those. 25-day bad tide. Oof. Oof. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. We are gonna put back a water pump in here. I'm kind of regretting deleting those, except the resources were useful. So let's just rebuild that, shall we? Yeah. Yep. We should be able to build this without too many problems, really. Apart from the fact that I think they're building a bunch of other stuff at the same time. So, yeah, no, there is that. We will get the housing built, except that we have 14 logs, which is a bit of a challenge or an opportunity. Right, we can get over here. And there is a bunch of oak trees here, so would you cut trees? Cut trees. Yeah. You're going to be a priority and a priority. Because we need them thar trees. We actually need to significantly expand our wood production. And probably the best way to do that would actually be to expand this area and protect it, wouldn't it? Yeah, yeah, it would. Good idea. I thought so too. We do have dirt, so... I know I said I didn't want to significantly change the shape of things, but I think this area is ripe for a bit of that. We'll leave that, and we will put a sluice there. Yeah. And maybe we'll just give that a bit. And there'll be water that still flows through that area. Actually, if we delete those, it'll still flow through that. So we'll still get some hydration in there. And then we can actually protect it from Badtide as well. Equally, we should come here and do that. We should continue to do that. Yep. Yep, yep. That pumping. What's the contamination over here now? It's 63. We will leave them to keep pumping for a bit longer. What you need... Actually, if we've got this dumping as well, we'll just have that be one combined. No, because the water can't go back through, can it? Now let's close those. Let me check the time. We will probably finish up soon, although we haven't achieved as much as I had hoped. But kind of one of those things, I think. Laying foundations. Laying foundations. So we will make sure that this is prioritized by haulers so that it doesn't fill up. Yeah. But we need to increase our log farming, really. And I think that'll be a good thing when we start to reclaim more land. Which this is sort of going to do. It's sort of going to let us do that. And this is not going to have any settings on it. It's just to stop water going. You can't see me move my hand across the screen, can you? No, no, you can't. Yeah, so we want impermeable floors on there. We might want to have a pile put in for dirt set to obtain, just because that way the haulers can bring over the dirt. How's that looking? 90%. Let's free up the workers again. Free the workers. You are producing the last of your antidote by the looks of it. Yeah, let's pause you now. So this will need several things. So it needs sluices going this way and this way to these will close above contamination 1%. 1%. So those sluices will let water out of the pipe. And then what we want, we might want some more of those. Yeah. And then what we want are sluices that can let water flow, other water from the map flow. So these will let clean water flow into the pipe. So these will also close above contamination. These will close below contamination. And we need a path out along there. We need the rest of the edges, which I would make out of wood, but we're so short of wood that I'm not sure yet. Yes, I know I don't need them over the sluice gates, but it looks better if it's contiguous. So that'll be that. The other alternative is I bury them under dirt. And we use all dirt apart from the sluices. I actually kind of like that idea. Particularly with the plan to raise these up. Or to raise the terrain up. That we do something like that. Actually, those can be filled in. That can be filled in. And then obviously that bit can be filled in when we don't need a path on top of it. And that will be the first of our diversions. And I used something like this on one of the other Let's Plays that I did off camera. Then in theory it shouldn't block flow because we've got the sluices that are going to let clean water into the pipe on either side as well, which is important in an area like this. Now, in theory, we could then just dam off an area down here, but it will have clean water flowing into it. So that's why I like the idea of making essentially raised beds, I guess. Yeah. So we do need to manage some of this stuff off the map as well. But that shouldn't be too difficult. Shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think. Yeah, but I really, really want to start working on this diversion, but we're just not in a position where we can do that yet, which is really frustrating. We're just getting these long bad tides continuously, and they are hurting us. They are hurting us. And I mean, it kind of is what it is, but and we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. We've got water to be okay, and we're pumping water, so we'll be fine. We'll be fine. And we've got the reservoir seems to be holding up okay as well, which is good. We're adding another food source. Those have all been planted, so that can be paused, which is also good. Nice to get that going. It would be useful, I think. I'm just checking along here. No, we can't make that deeper. We could, but we'd suffer for making it deeper. So, but yeah, wood is a serious problem. Wood is a serious problem that we need to address. Now, I think one option we have is this is staying. It's going to dry out. It might last. There's a few options we have actually, but I should just commit and get some more trees in the ground, I think, before we finish today. Can pick off there as well, so do that, and then we're going to come off there like that. Yeah, I think as a priority we need to get some more forestry going, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to come there. Wood forester, if I put you there, you can plant that area, which is not awful. It's not perfect, but it's not awful. And right now we just need to peel carrots. So that's what we're going to do. That done. We need a staircase there, and then we can get those built. And then we can hook that up. And ultimately that's probably going to help with getting some of this other stuff built anyway. So get that going. Yeah. I think we'll call it a day once that's in. Just looking at the time and how long we've been going for. So we've got the materials getting that built. Excellent. That doesn't take many materials. I did pause that guy, didn't I? Yep, we've got some spare beavers now, which is awesome. Just wondering if it's worth throwing in a is there anything under those? So if we I didn't want to remove all of that, didn't I? I'm just looking for easily accessed clumps of trees to cut down. That's just going to take a lot of ladders and stairs. Get all of that out. That's in. Right. First thing we're going to do is put in the lumberjacks. We're going to do one there. There. And I've been a little bit stupid with how I've placed everything, because we can't get to that. But what we can do, put a piece of dirt there, and then we'll be able to. So let's prioritize that, and that'll be plantable then, because all of that is plantable. And let's get this guy planting some trees. What am I trying to do? That's what I'm trying to do. So we avoid the contamination. Path can go. Keep that bit of path so that we can put in 2 more lumberjacks. There, there. You, and then lots of lovely oak trees. Yes, I know they take a while to grow, but that's okay, because what we're going to do then is along this little strip here, we're going to plant some quicker growing pine trees. Not sure if these will stay hydrated. But we do have technology. So in preparation for that issue, we will stand by to need to add irrigation, and if I actually think about it, we'll add a path like that. And then we can delete this path. And actually, it might be worth us having that path, because then they can use the zip lines to get to there. They're making decent progress on that build as well. So, you know. It's all progressing, folks. It's all progressing. We've got the dirt going in. I'm guessing some of this they can't get to now, maybe. But, again, we can help them out with a bit of pathage. I'll probably let them get that built. These, they've got a path that they can get to. But yeah, this water level is getting quite low. So probably we will need that to be an irrigation facility. The way we can do that is to put a path through there. And then delete you. Delete the path. Just want to delete the path, please. There. Water. Fluid dump. You. So what we need to do then is prioritize those, and those. And we don't need those ones. Because that should irrigate quite a good area. So and we need that to happen quite quickly, please, so we can actually grow some trees there. And then over here we are still stockpiling extract and explosives, which is great. We could do with more dirt, so we'll unpause that. We could do with this happening, so we can get more bad water pumping going on. You can't knock him for being an opportunist, can you? There's a little bit of water there. I'm going to plant some trees. Looks like what it would be worth us doing is mirroring some of this and just throwing in a little bit of explosives along there to help with those. Those are going to dry out in 7 days, so those are going to die unless actually we do something more significant. So let's do that. Let's be proactive. Let's get some irrigation in there. Let's get you going. Hoping that's going to cover most of that. It might not cover all of it, but here's what it is. You are done, so you can go home. We are taking a decent chunk out of that, but we're also keeping our water supply up, which is good. That's really good because we can now plant a lot more pines up here. Go. Excellent. Perfect. That's going to be really good. We're getting that dealt with. we open that up? I'm a little bit worried that if I do, we won't get it sorted in time for the Badtide ending. I think we'll leave it for now. Because we've got so many other things happening. I think this now we can add. Now it's bigger. It's worth us adding contamination barriers around there. And probably all around here. So that's going to make that significantly more useful, particularly once there's actually water in here, not bad water. Now these are built, so those should be open all the time. Yep, perfect. That's all getting built, which is great. Those are nearly built. They're starting to build the dirt. But actually, I think we will detonate those. And thinking that I will prioritize the construction of the stuff at the end. So that worst case, we can seal that end up. But I am going to call it a day for now, folks, because we are way longer than I had intended to be. We have achieved stuff. It had felt like we weren't achieving very much, but we have achieved stuff. So we've started the process of diverting the bad water, which is great. We are stockpiling the supplies ready for the big bad water diversion. I think probably we need to build a big extract tank. To put in more bad water pumps. We're not pumping enough of that, so we'll get 2 more of those in. And yeah, I think that has been a somewhat successful episode. A few challenges. A dumb beaver. They might end up getting themselves dunked in bad water, but you know, life's tough. Life is tough. What we've actually got there is a problem that I think some of these blocks now can't be built because of the order that they've built them in, which is a bit annoying. But equally, we should be okay. So, yeah. What this is going to, no, it's not going to be a problem. It's just going to segregate where the bad water flows off the map. I'm not worried. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Yes, I made some dumb mistakes today. It's been a stressful day. And I will see you next time.